Nigerians need to understand that as long as NNPC will still be importing petroleum products into Nigeria, despite the fact that Dangote is not producing petrol in Nigeria, petrol will never become cheap. This is the reason why. The naira against the dollar is still in shambles. The naira is still very weak against the dollar. And when they're importing this petrol, they're importing without forex. They're using dollar to import. So if petrol becomes cheap because Dangote is producing petrol in Nigeria, how will NNPC sell the one that they're importing? They need to come to a common ground, and that is what they're trying to do. So it is not Dangote's fault that petrol is not cheap in Nigeria. We all have seen what Dangote had to go through in order for him to fit into the market. And NNPC is still trying to decide what happens in order to protect their interest. So the only way that Nigeria can actually sell her petrol cheap to Nigerians is when NNPC cancels importation of petrol entirely and gets her own refinery to work. The same people that accuse Dangote of monopoly are the same people that are now focusing their attention on Dangote refinery as the main option and importation as an alternative option, while they have refineries of their own that is yet to function. Now, NNPC has forgotten about Port Harcourt refinery entirely after promising Nigerians that the Port Harcourt refinery will start functioning, producing petrol in September. Now, nobody is hearing about that one again. Nobody. So you understand why petrol will never be cheap. Because they are still importing. And until they stop importing, we are not going to find a balance within the country, because the main interest here is for them to sell the one that they're importing. And so making the one that is produced here cheap will crash their market when they import, right? So they need to come to a common ground where when they import, it can be sold at the same level with the one that is produced in Nigeria. Now you understand why petrol will never become cheap.